Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn consider something new on Brexit cooperation. London U. After doing battle for years over how to withdraw Britain from the European Union, Prime Minister Theresa May and the opposition leader, Jeremy Corbyn, are expected to meet on Wednesday as potential but wary partners, following her stunning decision to reverse field and seek Mr. Corbyn's help to get a plan through Parliament. Mr. Corbyn, a left-wing critic of the European Union, has played coy throughout the preparations for the withdrawal, or Brexit, pledging not to do anything to help the Tory Brexit and remaining vague about his own preferences. While he has indicated one of those tests, for example, calls for a deal that will deliver the exact same benefits as we currently have as members of the Single Market and Customs Union. Mrs. May, for her part, worked sedulously to sell the withdrawal plan she negotiated with the European Union to the strongly pro-Brexit faction of her party, and to minimize the need for opposition support. Any other approach, that fear will be tested now, with the nation's political establishment bracing for a conservative backlash, possibly in the form of cabinet resignations and a new round of calls for her to resign. While there were no major cabinet defections Wednesday morning, before Mrs. May faced a weekly questioning in Parliament, a junior minister in her government, Nigel Adams U, an assistant Conservative whip and parliamentary under-secretary for Wales U, stepped down. In a year that has already seen a remarkable breakdown in party discipline, the divisions over Brexit pose the gravest threat in recent years to the stability and unity of both major parties, and about a dozen lawmakers have recently quit them. If Parliament cannot approve any agreement with the European Union on Britain's departure, or Brexit, then either Britain will leave on April 12 without a pact in place, or Mrs. May will have to ask the bloc to extend the deadline. A majority in European leaders have warned they would agree to a postponement only if Britain gave some clear sign of a new direction, and that the delay would have to be along one new conditions Mrs. May has previously rejected. What the Prime Minister seems to be hoping to patch together a workable deal before a European Union summit meeting on April 10, where she would request a delay just until May 22, shortly before elections for the European Parliament that neither she nor the bloc want Britain to participate in. Mrs. May has not been able to win parliamentary passage of the withdrawal agreement she negotiated with the European Union, which would keep Britain closely aligned with the bloc until the end of 2020, when it would leave the customs union and single market. With neither her own party or the Parliament so far able to unite around any approach, the Prime Minister announced on Tuesday night that she would with Mr. Corbyn on a deal. That would mean a softer Brexit than the one she negotiated, keeping Britain deeply enmeshed in the bloc's customs and trade rules, a violation of the Conservative Party's election promises. A soft Brexit without membership in the bloc and thus no voice in its decision-making is anathema to many if not most Conservatives, lawmakers, and the rank-and-file party members alike, who support a more complete break from Europe, even to the point of a no-deal departure. To say the least, referring to Mr. Corbyn, Jacob Rees-Mogg, a leading Conservative advocate of a hard Brexit, told reporters Tuesday night, "I think getting the support of a known Marxist is not likely to instill confidence in the Conservatives." The PM and Cabinet have concluded that any deal is better than no deal, and this is truly a very bad deal indeed, one that leaves us being run by the EU. "I can under no Boris Johnson, a former Foreign Secretary who quit the cabinet to protest a withdrawal he though was too soft, wrote on Twitter that the government had concluded that any deal is better than no deal, and this is truly a very bad deal, indeed one that leaves us being run by the EU. Mrs. May's outreach to Labour followed a marathon cabinet meeting on Tuesday that was, according to British news media reports, very contentious. Cabinet was not in favour of this, Ian Duncan Smith, a former Conservative leader and former cabinet member, told the BBC on Wednesday. If the government Parliament has with the bloc 3 times, by large margins. But it has also Mrs. May even offered to step down, allowing her party to select a new Prime Minister, if her deal won approval, but that gambit failed, too.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.